Anyway, so hello everybody, I'm Richard Gon of Virtually podcast version. This time, how should I say, this sensation is really difficult for me to explain because, what I'm using is, not what I'm using. The language I'm using is a non-native one, which means I'm a non-native speaker of English language. I'm not a person speaking English natively. I don't speak English natively. By the way, my mother tongue is Japanese. And anyway, so this time is about Thighjob. So if you do not understand the meaning of Thighjob, so there's such a play. First of all, so if you're native speakers of English language, you can understand where sides are. So which means sides are above shins or below the abdomen of a human body, which is the location of both sides. And side job means side job is a sexual play using size of a woman for jacking the penis of man, for jacking a penis of a man. So which is a size of or a penis of man is a correct explanation. Maybe I didn't have to so attach another article onto the or before the word man. Anyway, so in such a case. So by the way, so size is really difficult, isn't it? Yeah, because I sometimes watch porn videos using or dealing with size job, and in which to start with, what is funny is that in each porn video of size job, so as long as I have seen, or as long as I have watched, and porn stars, female porn stars, those are female porn stars or porn actresses, and every porn actress do side job to jack or to stroke the penis of a porn actor. But actually, so here is a thing. Or how should here is a thing, and which means so before the play shifts to a side job. So those porn actresses, for example, jack the penises of the porn actors, and moreover, so in some episodes, I don't know whether it's fine to say, there's a what I have seen a porn video in which there are some episodes crammed into or stuffed into or composing a porn video, or composing the porn video. So so the structure is that there's a porn video in which there are some stories inside that porn video, which is the structure I'm talking about. And so, and so what I'm saying is that in some stories, so some porn actresses suck the penises of porn actors, and and the purpose of those blowjobs is to stimulate the sexual desires of those porn actors. Maybe this is how should I say, this is my speculation or my guesswork. But actually, so thinking about so how should I say, physiological pleasure porn actors or men can get from side jobs. So side jobs have, I don't have to tell you this, but side jobs have, so really a strong impression the viewers of those porn videos can get. But actually, so when it comes to the physical comforts derived from side jobs, men can get such a huge amounts or huge sexual pleasures from side jobs, which is what I'm saying. So which is why, but actually, so women have those porn actresses, or in reality. So women have to move their own sides for stroking the penises of their male partners. So which is what those women have to do. But actually, moving side jobs, not moving side jobs, or moving sides for jacking penises is really difficult, or really a hard work. Which means I don't have to do this, but and I don't have to tell you this, but actually, you can easily understand that side job is really difficult and really tiring, or side job is really an exhaustive labor, which is what I'm saying. And so by using this instance, so here I'd like to pose an idea. So I don't. It's really difficult, This is also difficult to tell you, but actually, so we should understand that, So I'm recording this episode in the end of November in 2022, which means the Russo-Ukrainian war has been prolonged, and that Slavic war has still lasted, and so other people in other countries are suffering from acute rises, or how should I say, acute rises, or acute and dramatic and extreme rises of the prices of goods. So which means, so the cost of livings in many countries have surged to higher levels, which is what I'm saying. And one of the main causes is that war, and the cessation of gas supply coming from Russia, accompanying that Slavic war, or accompanying the provocation of that Slavic war, or the Russo-Ukrainian war. So I think, so I'm sorry for my telling you many thoughts, but actually, so maybe you can understand what I'm meaning. Let's buy gas and oil from Russia, which is what I'm saying, and which is what I'd like you to know this time. And so, Russia has still been sanctioned by many countries. From the examples are United Kingdom and United States of America, and maybe other West European countries maybe other West European countries continue the sanctions against Russia, which is what I'm saying. And my country has still sanctioned Russia. Maybe maybe yes, but actually, so in the case of my country, so my country is trying to buy gas or oil from Russia, and so a company was established in Russia, and so my country is trying to buy or purchase gas or oil from Sakhalin, which is the name of an island owned by Russia or Russian Federation as part of Russian territories. I mean, and maybe you can check out where Sakhalin and what Sakhalin is by using Google and by using the word Sakhalin. Anyway, but actually, so anyway, so thinking about the situation of Russian gas. So my country is trying to buy Russian gas from Russia, and maybe there are some European countries which have bought or which have purchased gas or oil from Russia. Russia has a rich amount, or lavish amount of natural resources or fossil fuels actually. And so thinking about which, so it's really good. It's really beneficial, or it's really good for your countries and for your lives, for your lives and for your life to communicate with Russian Federation, or if you are an individual person, so it's necessary for your country or for the government of your country to communicate with Russia and create a fruitful or create a good term with Russian Federation, anyway, or the government of Russian Federation, I mean. And so, thinking about it, so gas and oil from Russia is necessary, which is what we should understand in this time. So the sanction has begun in the beginning of this year, but actually, so maybe half a year have passed. I mean, as long as I know, yeah, maybe. That is the duration which passed from the beginning of the sanctions against Russia done by many West European countries. By the way, so typical example is Thighjob. So why I use Thighjob as an example is, so if you are trying, for example, if you are a woman, if you are trying to do Thighjob for your boyfriend, for example, for your boyfriend to jerk the penis of your boyfriend, or to jerk his penis, and if you are thinking of using your own size, it's really difficult. But actually, so the sexual pleasure that boyfriend can get can be small, or maybe or must be or should be small. I'm afraid, but I'd like to tell you this. But actually, so that is and so that is anyway. Thighjob is difficult, and that is so by using, and you should use that image or that picture of the difficulties in doing Thighjob as for understanding the difficulties of living on without gas supplies and the oil supplies coming from Russia or given by Russian Federation, which means, so I think it's alright to forgive Russia about for the fact that Russia included Ukrainian soil, but actually Russia and Belarus and Ukraine are same countries, which is what I think. Although maybe Russia is not I don't think Russia is a nation state, but actually that is a, how should I say, Russia is a multinational state, I think. And so many colored people live in Russian soil. Many colored people live in Russian soil. Thinking about it. And so, by the way, I'm an East Asian, and that country has some huge population of East Asian people. So, and for example, Mongolian people are typical examples. Mongolian people are typical example for showing the fact that that country has huge amount of Asian people, and that country there are many Muslim people living in Russia. Anyway, so I have digressed. I have been rambling from to this time. Or I have rambled to this point in this segment, or in this episode of my podcast. But actually, anyway, so what I'd like you to know this time is that I'm afraid, but we need to buy, or we need to purchase gas and oil from Russian Federation, which is what I'd like you to know this time. So I'm thinking of ending this episode. Thighjob is as difficult as living on without gas and oil supplied by Russia. I have sampled, and so which is why I'm going to tell you the title again. So the title is Thighjob is as difficult as living on without the gas and oil supplied by Russia. And the conclusion is it's fine to buy gas and oil from Russia, So, not living on without gas and oil from Russia is really difficult because so cost of living, because thinking about this, considering this situation in which the cost of living have surged or have dramatically rose, and has dramatically not rose or dramatically risen. Cost of living have dramatically risen in many countries, and when the benefit is really short, well, the benefits are really small. We have got very small amounts of benefit by sanctioning your countries sanctioning Russia. So thinking about or considering such a fact, or considering that fact, or considering the very fact, so which is why it's really beneficial for your countries to begin to buy gas and oil from Russia. So by doing which you can get by doing which your countries may grow or may become able to get huge amounts of benefits again, which is what I'd like you to know this time. So that's it. Thank you very much for your listening. See you and paka paka.